Hey everybody, Scott Steen, host of Bank the Bet podcast, coming to you direct from the Winners and Winers Sports and Entertainment Complex to talk a little bit about my Deep 3 picks for Friday, December 7th. Before we get rolling here, everybody, wanted to remind you, as always, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell beside there. That way you get notified every time we put up a video. And that's going to happen. And speaking of videos, we're putting up a lot of them today. We're going to be putting up this one, plus 5 of the Riders picks. And good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we're going to have 5 Riders picks for the next 2 days as well as my Fab 5 for Saturday and Sunday. So if you're one of our subscribers who gets notified every time a video goes up, your wife's going to be asking you, who the hell is texting you all these times? It's us. It's the Winners and Winers, guys. So yeah, get ready for that. If you need a note from me or you need me to talk to your wife, I'd be happy to do it. Let's get right to the shout out. Shout out to Paul, who rode with me on my NFL pick, as well as the Maryland game from Adam Rosino over at Winners and Winers. We just had the 2 picks yesterday. I told you I was only going to bring you 5-star picks, so it's all about quality, not quantity. And we had the under in the Maryland and Purdue game, as well as Maryland plus 8.5. Both of those came in comfortably. So we went 3-0. Way to go, Paul. Hang with me, brother. Better days are coming in. We got paid. Wayne hit a nice Tennessee team total, 21.5. That went over there easily in the third quarter. Ended up at 30. Derrick Henry is the man. And always special shout out to Mike, who shares his picks with us every day. He's been doing really well. He was on a hell of a run, including going 4-0 the day before. Yesterday, he hit Boston Celtics -9. But, dude, you faded my man Adams' Maryland pick. He took Purdue, and it didn't work out. No Boilermakers for you, brother. So it happens to the best of us, Mike. Keep that powder dry, and we're going to fire again today. Here we go. All right, so with that being said, don't forget we got 5 picks, like I said, locked and loaded for you, or five videos besides this one over there. We'll have the links down below. Check those out as well. Check out Winners and Winers, all that good stuff on social media, and away we go. Let's head to the NBA for our first game here. The Philadelphia 76ers head to the Motor City to take on the Detroit Pistons. Detroit's +2 in this one, but the number I want to talk about is the over and under, which is currently sitting at 220. Philadelphia and Detroit have both seen their last 4 games go under the total, but they are doing it with flourish, ladies and gentlemen. Philadelphia's last 4 have finished an average of 15 points below the number, while Detroit has done even better. If you're an under player, their last 4 have finished an average of 20 points underneath the total. In addition, point guard Ish Smith is questionable with a groin injury that he had an MRI on Friday. And Reggie Bullock, a little bit of a shooter, has a bad ankle. That's 19 points and 5.5 assists that are either going to be missing or greatly diminished. I think these guys have been playing tough defense, not scoring a lot of points. Don't see that changing tonight. I like the under, 220. All right, let's head to the world of college basketball over on the left coast, as 2 undefeated teams clash in the Staples Center. This is a very, very good Nevada team from the Mountain West. They're currently 8-0. Going up against the 7-0 Arizona State Sun Devils team. Sun Devils, 7.5-point underdog in this game, even though they cracked the top 25. Nevada sits at number 5. These are 2 really good teams, but they haven't really played anybody yet. Best victory for either one of these teams was a 5-point win for Arizona State over a 7-1 Mississippi State team in a game that they were actually 3.5-point underdogs. Nevada, it's kind of a tough spot for them right here. They're playing their 5th of 6 games away from home, and they've got to get up early Saturday morning, take a flight down to Arizona to play Grand Canyon, who is currently leading the WAC, which is still a thing. Who knew? Actually, I did, because Kansas City UMKC plays in the WAC. That's a terrible college team here in my hometown. But you're catching them in a travel spot. They've been away from home. I think this is just kind of a letdown spot for Nevada. Arizona State, as far as a little cherry on top of all that, they've got 20 non-conference wins in a row. It's the longest active streak in the nation. Not sure that streak continues, But I do think Arizona State can get within that 7.5 number. I like the Sun Devils here, plus a touchdown and a half. All right. Moving on for our last pick is Oral Roberts at Columbia, Missouri to take on my alma mater, the University of Missouri, M-I-Z-Z-O-U. What I want to talk about there, Missouri is a 17-point favorite. That ain't what I care about. I care about the number of 137. Here's the deal with Mizzou, everybody. Everybody knows about the Porter brothers. Michael Porter was the #1 recruit in the nation. He played for Mizzou last year, was hurt most of the season with a bad back, went on to play in the NBA this year. His brother, Jonte Porter, real good little player. We're excited. Little player is probably 6'9". We were excited to have him in the fold this year. He blew out his knee before the season started. So, for those of you that are Mizzou fans, you know that's pretty much how it goes for us. So, they are a bad offensive team right now, but they still play good defense. And the way it works is when they play good teams, the totals seem to go high. The other teams score, they get a lead, and those totals seem to go higher. When they play bad teams, especially at home, those totals stay very, very low. You want proof? Here you go. In home games against Central Arkansas, Kennesaw State, and the University of Texas at San Antonio, Mizzou averaged less than 63 points in all those games. And before you say, well, I bet they're terrible, they got beat. No. They won all 3 of those games and actually covered 2 of them. So they don't score much, but they hold bad teams to even less. Oral Roberts, they count as a school that's bad. Not a good year this year for Oral Roberts. I think Mizzou holds them down. I don't love the 17. I don't care anything about that. I think it's possible they cover that number, but Mizzou is known to go through lapses in the middle of the game, not be able to score for minutes at a time. That's not very conducive to covering up a 17-point number. However, it is conducive to keeping that total under 137, and that's what I like. All right, guys, there you go. That's 3 picks to get us rolling here. Don't forget, I got all 5 of the videos from our writers. They're loaded up and ready to go, so check those out. We've got 5 great picks in the college world and NBA for tonight. So, thanks for listening. Let's get those bets down tonight, and then you and I, you know what we can do, right? We'll just head back to the window. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.